All right, thank you very much. Hello, everybody. It's your good friend Pozzible here, and I have lost the ability to speak. I guess that's why I've been gone for so long, but that's not really why I've been gone for so long. All right, so what have I been up to? Well, I've been watching a lot of movies, and now I finally get to catch up and get the reviews out. So let's get started with, of course, The Expendables Part 3. You know, when I look at this poster, it reminds me of the one thing I always fear about shows like this. First off, it's really crowded, obviously. You've got way too many stars here, not just little stars, but some big name stars and some people I've never even heard of or seen of before. Then again, at the same time, you also have, if you look at it carefully, you'll notice that this is a story by Sylvester Stallone, screened by Sylvester Stallone, and that's never a good thing when one person's behind all of this stuff, when one person just takes the reins and just goes with it, because it goes in the direction he wants to go, and that's fine. But unfortunately, it just didn't click here. Here, you've got Sly Stallone finally breaking out of prison. Wesley Snipes, that's right, Wesley is back, and it's so good to see him again in action. During that time, though, he also notices that Mel Gibson is back, and that Mel Gibson is still alive, even though Sylvester Stallone could have sworn he killed him a long time ago. But apparently he's still alive and still running weapons and being a weapons dealer and everything. How he could miss that, how anyone could miss that in this day and age, I will never know. But that's neither here nor there. Let's just face it, it's Expendables. You're not supposed to think about this. You're supposed to sit back and enjoy the action. So you got the henchmen who can't see straight and can't shoot straight. You got the heroes who can blast 1,000,000 bullets and hit 10 million people. So you have an incredible fight scenes. And that's what you're supposed to have. That's fine. I'm down with it. But then you have Barney deciding to pull a really dick move here, when he decides to fire his old team to bring in a new team to go after Mel Gibson. Obviously, that is a dick move because everyone gets it. Barney really doesn't care about the new team. If he were to go and die, and if this team of his was to go and die, they're just young kids anyway. Heck, these guys are so young, this is the only movie like one of them has done. I think two of them. You know, Victor Ortiz and Ronda Rousey. It's like the only movie to their credit, per se. Whereas, you know, Keelan Lutz and Glenn Powell, they at least have some acting cred. Now, Sly decides to take him on this thing, and it was successful until something goes wrong. And now it's up to Sly to go after Mel Gibson to save his old team and to get the revenge that he was denied so long ago. What really brought this movie down, I guess, was in some ways, unfortunately, Antonio Banderas. I was really looking forward to his character, but he was very annoying. He kept talking and talking all the time, and you didn't care, and you really wanted him to shut up. Not just the audience, the actors as well. Supposed to be comic relief, really comes off as bad. Then again, you also had the part with Kelsey Grammer. Now, Kelsey Grammer being in here, really not a bad thing. A lot of people are like, what the heck is he doing here? This is for action heroes. Yes, the guy was on X-Men and he was Beast, but that really doesn't count, you know? However, let's let him have it. He's just a handler anyway. All he does is drive Sylvester Stallone around to pick up some people. But of course, he has no sense of direction. He starts in Las Vegas, then goes to Montana, only to go back to Arizona, finally to Mexico. It's like you're got it kind of backwards there. You know, in terms of the action, yes, it did have some good action moments, some good story moments, but not enough to save it, not enough to pull it together. So ultimately, Expendables 3 has got to get a pass. Very sad, but you know, you're supposed to use the in-jokes, the outdated story plots, you know. You already had the introduction, you already had the villain revenge thing, so now you're going to get the, you know, it's the part 3, so you're supposed to reference the past. They're going to go all the way back to the beginning of the Expendables and say, you know, that this is our nod to how we started and all that. It doesn't come out together as normal. I was hoping a little bit more from Harrison Ford. It was good having him in it, but he was just there more just to have fun and just to be serious and all that. And that was the ultimate problem with this movie. It was too serious. They really lost the fun element that the other ones have had. You know, the in-jokes are still there, but they just don't have the same punch that they used to. I guess that's what happens when you're in part 3 and you're trying to pull off the same formula that you already did twice in a row. Yes, in the first time it was unique. You know, you're bringing back the old action heroes. Second time was good. You had your revenge thing, but you still had the one-liners. You still had the funny plot lines and everything. Here, now it just feels like old hat. Now it just feels like it's overdone. So unfortunately, Expendable 3 gets a pass from me. I'm hoping his next movie will be better. I like Sly's movie. Even the ones that bomb, like The Escape Plan, I like that movie. You know? And what was the other one? Standoff was okay. Standoff, Johnny Knox killed it for Arnold Schwarzenegger. But I mean, I think I could have enjoyed that one. But there's more movies coming out and more reviews to come. So we'll see you at the theaters.